Hey everyone, so today I want to share something that I discovered during one of my recent debugging sessions, and it's a very simple problem, and it's one of those problems that it gets easily missed. But if you see it, it's very clearly visible what the problem is. Let's imagine there are two functions. This is one of your JavaScript function, and it calls a promise from inside. Like let's say this is the promise function, right? Now, there is no problem putting this under a try catch. But if this is a custom function, like if I stretch this out and expand this into a custom function, let's say which handles its own try catch. So this is the try catch block and this is the function. So if this fails, this catch needs to understand that I can't just let it fail silently. Problem with letting this fail silently is this promise that this try catch will assume that this function, this promise passed. So this will cause a problem. So for me, try catch is very transactional. So if it fails, we revert the previous state of whatever failed was, right? So for example, if let's say we are setting a state for user feedback, for example, set some visual element, and if the try catch fails, we revert that visual element into saying, okay, this thing failed, try again or whatever, and send it back to the previous state. We don't keep the user in that current state. Problem with this approach is that most people forget to handle the catch part of it, that like there are multiple ways of handling it. One is basically you can add a catch here. In this catch you can add a throw error here. So based on what failed in the promise here inside this promise. So suppose one of the server calls failed and there are multiple things to be handled. So for one failure you want to handle it differently. For another failure you want to handle it differently. So this can handle it pretty well, and you can throw different kinds of error, which is what you should do. So for example, let's expand this a bit, and let's say for X error you handle it differently, for B error you handle it differently, and then this error is propagated to this try catch, and then you revert the state as you want. So for example, in if this is the scenario, you want to handle it as a transaction and revert it into back into a previous state that you want. If you want to handle this one, if this error is thrown, then you can handle some other, for example, throwing toast. So if this error comes, you can handle it, throw a different toast. You can throw it here, you can throw it here also, or you can do it here. But I don't think most people should, most scenarios so far I have worked with should be handled with nested try catch. So unless it is intentional, I don't think there is need to be this safeguard of multiple nested try catches, because if there are multiple and one of them is unhandled, it will put the function in a very unwanted state. So this is what happened to me recently. Yeah, so yeah, something to know about, and just a simple design pattern I discovered and wanted to share. So I'll see you in the next one.